maintenance. So the main thing that we're going to concern ourselves here is the cylinder, like I mentioned. Very easy. We have a video on the commercial side with, the same type of cylinder, but in a commercial unit. And the whole process in that video on YouTube there is like 5 minutes to do the cylinder change. So you really just pop the high voltage lines off. You don't need a screwdriver or anything. You just pop them off. Take the steam hose off, and then you just tilt it out and pull it up. Throw it in the trash. Take out your new cylinder, do the opposite, and bring it back into operation. Always make sure that you turn the unit off, and even turn the breaker off, right, supplying the power to the unit whenever you're working on the humidifier in this way. Next slide, Dan. Fill valve. That's sometimes something that we see some TLC required on. If you have, a very dirty water supply, if it's well water or something like that, then there is a little strainer inside the fill valve that sometimes you may need to take a look at. Needle nose pliers, you can pull that right out, just kind of give it a wash and then put it back in, and you should be okay. Drain valve, this is an item that, again, you may need to replace depending on what kind of water supply you have. In this case, you can remove it from the unit if you're just doing a maintenance on it as opposed to replacing it. Clean the actuator components, that whole thing. As you see the exploded view on the right-hand side, it's pretty easy. Within 1 minute, you can just take that apart, clean off the elements, put it back together. So your contractors may be interested in doing that once a year, or replacing the whole thing, every 3, 5, 7 years, depending on how dirty the water is. Next slide. As far as the user interface goes, it's really just 2 LEDs, one yellow and one green, and this is in the manual itself. The main thing to note is that if the yellow light is ever flashing, that's the error code that's going to tell you what's wrong with the unit. So if your contractor is ever, or customer is ever complaining, if they can let you or your tech support or whoever know how many flashes are on the yellow LED, that's going to give you an idea for what the issue is. And the most typical one is that 4 flashes. As you see, it's cylinder spent. So that's when the cylinder has reached end of life. You're going to see that 4 flash code, and that's going to tell your contractor time to order a new cylinder, and let's get them up and running again.